Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we are going to be doing a MX Bikes settings tutorial video. I've seen some of y'all in the comments ask for my settings, and so I figured let's not gatekeep the fellas and let's go ahead and share what I use. So today we're going to be going over my actual game settings as well as my bike setup and just some other quality of life things that I use to help MX Bikes just be a little bit better than what it comes in the default form. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, before I get into the settings that I use, I want to preface it with this. These are the perfect MX bike settings for me personally. And what I mean by that is everyone in this game is going to like different stuff. So if you guys want to go ahead and change whatever you want about my settings to make something, let's say you run 60% direct lean and I run 55, go ahead and run 60% lean, man, because fundamentally it's your game. Do whatever you think is going to be more comfortable for you. I'm making this video just to show you guys what I use and what is comfortable for me, and to hopefully give you guys a good baseline of what you can build your settings off of. But just because that's the only way you're going to get better is just kind of like change some stuff and see what works and what doesn't. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. These are the controls that I use. I use 55% direct lean. I use combined brakes off. That I don't really change. Advanced, I'm pretty sure this is all default. I've tried to change it a few times, and while I do feel a difference anytime I change it, it's not really a positive nor a negative difference, so I just always end up putting it back to default. Force feedback doesn't really matter. Input 2, this is what I use. Input 3, this is just for replay and system, so it doesn't really matter for gameplay. Graphics, I would recommend run whatever your computer can run. If you can't run your graphics as high as me, don't. But if you can, and you want your game to look like mine, this is what I use. Miscellaneous is not important at all. Simulation, this is the most important one of the actual general game settings. So this onboard view is first person. We're going to ignore that because I assume y'all are looking for my third person settings. So external view, this is the third person settings. You're going to want to copy this to a T if you want your game to look like mine. Riding aids, this is what I run. I know a lot of y'all run shift help off to get the quick shifter on the KTMs. I don't really like it because I don't like the quick shifter. I don't like how the quick shifter does not allow you to downshift while being on the throttle. It throws me off, so that's just why I run shift help. But everything else, turn off. But at the end of the day, like I said before, run whatever you feel comfortable with right here. This external view is the most important setting, though. This is the one that you're going to want to change to match mine completely. Alright, so heading into the setup part of the video, this is 99% of Doug's MX setup for the KTM 450. I'm going to go ahead and have Doug's Discord linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go show him some love, show him some support, because he puts in a lot of time and a lot of effort into testing for each bike in the 250 and the 450 class, and then he releases a setup for each bike completely for free into his Discord, which I just think is really awesome, because there's a lot of things in this game that you can pay for, including setups, and I know some people don't want to have to do all of that, and so I just think it's cool to have a pro in the game that is, he's a top 10 rider that releases his setups that he uses, and they're really solid, and it's what I use in all my videos. I've tweaked like 3 things on it just to make it a little bit more comfortable for me, but other than that, it's still basically his setup, and I just think it's awesome that he's giving back to the community and just trying to get everyone to get better. So let's go ahead and dive into it. The only caveat I have on the general tab of the setup is if you guys are wanting to do a 30-minute plus 2-lap race, I would recommend doing 9 liters of fuel, just because I've run out of gas anytime that I've gone under 9 in some races, and it's a really shitty feeling whenever you put in a lot of effort to make it into one of these races, whether it be a pro race, an AMS race, or just trying to do a fun race. You're just trying to lock in and have some fun with the boys. It sucks running out of gas on like the second lap to go or like the third lap to go, and it's not fun. So I would just recommend setting your fuel to 9 if you're doing a 30+2. Other than that, you're just riding around. Most of like the casual races that you're gonna do in multiplayer, I think 4 liters is enough, more than enough. So moving on to suspension, this is the clickers, drivetrain, and geometry. And yeah, I've only changed like 3 things from Doug's setup. So once again, not to beat on a dead horse, but just show him some love, show him some support, because I just think it's super dope what he does. And I'm really appreciative of the fact that he does it for free. So let's move on. All right, next part of the video that I want to talk about is reshade. So reshade is a really good way to make your game look a lot better than it currently does in default. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not like a reshade expert or anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and link y'all some tutorial videos on how to download reshade in the description below, as well as my current reshade preset. Just because I don't want to give you guys some wrong information and fuck it up, because it's been so long since I've downloaded reshade that I honestly kind of forgot how to do it. And so it definitely makes your game look a lot better, makes it look a lot sharper, makes it look a lot clearer. And so if you have a decent enough PC, I highly recommend running reshade. I feel like I have a pretty decent PC. It's nothing like, I don't have like a NASA computer or anything, but my PC handles reshade just fine. I really only have frame droppage on like 2 tracks in the game so far, but to be honest, I feel like that's more of on the track's fault for like not really optimizing very well, because I run a lot of the national tracks with no problem. I mean, I run 95% of the tracks in this game without frame droppage. It's just as smooth as this. So I highly recommend reshade. So make sure y'all check out the links that I have in the description for how to get that onto your game. All right, last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and get into aesthetics, because what is the point of playing this game if you don't look good while you're doing it? So starting off with the paid stuff is gonna be this custom jersey that was designed by my boy Slizzy. If you guys don't know who Slizzy is, he's the team manager for Shiftstorm Motorsports, which is the team that I'm on in MX Bikes. He does a lot of custom jersey work as well as custom bike work. So I'm going to have the Shiftstorm Discord linked in the description below. Make sure y'all go ahead and join and get into contact with Slizzy for all your custom jersey and bike needs. Next is going to be this bike skin. As sick as this bike skin looks, it was not made by Slizzy. It was designed by SLD. It is the SLD brush skin. That is going to be free on the MXB shop. It's kind of like a pay your own price type thing, so you guys can pay SLD for it or not. You can get it for free, but I do know the PSD is $3.75, and if you guys get the PSD, that's going to let you put your own number on it or change some of the sponsors like I have to have it just match whatever we're running the game. Next thing on the list is I have the KTM 450 OEM model swap, and what that is going to give you guys is just improve some of the textures on the bike. It's also going to give you these really cool Acerbis handguards, as well as an X-Trig triple clamp, the Akrapovic exhaust system, and the Henson clutch cover. So in my opinion, it's a little pricey for being $10, but if you guys are feeling really comfortable on a bike and you know that's going to be the bike that you're going to stick with during the season or whatever, I highly recommend just go ahead and picking it up. I only run the KTM, to be honest, so this is the only bike that I had the model swap for, but they have model swaps for every bike in the game from what I remember. So yeah, I'm going to have that linked in the description below as well. And that covers it for all the paid stuff, so let's go ahead and move on to the free stuff of the setup that I run. I have the Rider Plus mod. That's going to be on the MXB website. It just kind of improves the rider figure, I guess. Kind of makes your jersey look a little baggy, makes it a little bit more realistic in my opinion, and I just like running it. I have the Aero Aviator 3 helmet, just because I like the way it looks. To be honest, I run just one in real life, and so this is the closest thing to a J1 helmet that I can get in the game. Someone please make just one helmets, please. Moving on, the paint, I'm pretty sure it's just a regular monster paint that comes with the Aero pack. Goggles also comes with the Aero pack. The gloves that I run are the 7 red gloves, and then the boots are just 2021 Tech 10s. Alright guys, that is going to be a wrap on my MX bike settings tutorial video. Hopefully y'all learned some things that are going to help you get those lap times shaved down a little bit, throw some bigger whips, and just overall have a little bit more fun in the game. Let me know what you guys thought about the video in the comments. Make sure y'all go ahead and like and subscribe, and make sure you turn bell notifications on, because I'm going to be posting more videos about MX bikes and MX Sim in the next coming weeks. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.